All right, guys, welcome back to Road to 2000, where I try to reach 2000 ELO for the first time ever. Today, we're taking a look at another game. So in the last episode, I crossed the 1800 threshold, really for the first time in the series. And it's actually all still a little provisional because I haven't been playing much. So the ratings for these games is worth a lot more than usual. They've been worth like 20 points. So we'll see if the trend continues upward or if I'm going to start plummeting. And today's game was a pretty quick one. Our opponent was rated 1795, so pretty strong opponent, basically 1800. And I played this about a month ago on August 24th. Today is September 17th, so I'm still working through a little bit of a backlog. I have one more 15-10 game after this to show you guys, and then we'll be up to present day. And I think I'm going to start playing some live games together with you guys in the videos again to kind of mix that in and see how I like it, how you guys like it. So if you want to catch those, make sure you guys are subscribed and hit the notification bell. And also here is the rating graph currently. So, really nice upward graph, especially the last 5 games. We're on a 5-game winning streak. Let's see what happens today. Okay, so I start off King's Pawn. Opponent goes Sicilian Defense. I've been playing the Smith-Morra lately. They capture, C3. This was maybe the first time I've seen knight f6 here. Normally, black would recapture and you recapture with the knight. So I was kind of surprised by this. I figured let's push the pawn, attack the knight. The pawn was under attack and not super easy to defend because I can't bring the knight here. So I went e5. Opponent goes d5, which apparently is a book move that I'm not aware of. I recaptured the pawn because now it feels like, all right, I have a big center. Opponent goes knight c6, which is apparently also a book move. I go knight f3, hitting the book move still somehow. D6 by our opponent. So clearly they know what they're doing here, and I don't, since they're intentionally playing book moves, and I'm just like guessing. Here I went bishop e2. Computer wanted bishop c4, which I agree would have been more active, so getting a tempo on this knight. And this is also just a better diagonal in general. So like if I go bishop c4, yeah, they would bring the knight back. Getting a tempo on the bishop, but then I think probably we drop to b3. Yeah, computer says apparently another book move, and then yeah, you stay on this more active diagonal, and maybe you have some sort of threats like this at some point later in the game, or just after black castles, you have good pressure on that diagonal. But in the game, I play e2, bishop e2. Opponent captures. I decided to capture with the knight here. Computer says take with pawn, but both are fine. Opponent captures. We capture. Opponent goes bishop to f5. And now I want you guys to find every move I played for the rest of this game. And we're going to try to finish it out together. So white to play here. What do you guys want to play? You can pause the video if you want. I'm going to show you the answer now. So I went bishop b5 check, which is absolutely devastating because the king is, almost made it here. They almost have to block with the queen. They do still have the bishop, which they can block with, which is the least terrible option. But now, how do you guys follow this up as white? I'll give you 5 seconds. So now, because they brought the bishop back, it's intercepting the queen's defense of the knight, so we can just scoop up the knight. Okay, and now we're up a full piece here, so things are looking good. Our opponent goes queen a5, which is a little scary for the moment because it looks like maybe they're going to win this bishop. Yeah, queen a5 with check here. So now, how do you guys want to stop this check? I went knight c3, which I think is kind of mandatory. Otherwise, they can just simply take your bishop. But now, luckily, we have this added defense. So if they take, we can recapture with the queen and everything is fine. And if they take with the queen, that doesn't work because knight takes. Opponent goes rook d8. And now, what do you guys want to play here as white? You can pause the video if you want. I will give you 5 to 10 seconds. So I'll give you a hint if you haven't seen it yet. Black's queen is undefended. That's a real big hint. I'll give you 5 to 10 more seconds if you want. And the solution, what I played in the game, was bishop takes d7, and this is basically game over because after this check, we're going to scoop up the queen for free. All right, guys, and I just looked at the game review, and I actually got 98.8% accuracy on this game, 2400 game rating. That just happens oftentimes when there's like very forcing moves in the game, and usually it's going to be like a short game like this one. But wow, I think that's my highest accuracy in the series, so that's kind of cool. All right, guys, and let's also summarize this game of kind of what my opponent did wrong, so hopefully we don't make the same mistakes. So all of the opening stuff was fine here. Apparently these are book moves. The first real moment where things went wrong was this move here for black. So they went bishop f5, which is the problem because we have bishop b5 check. But the problem here was, number one, the king is still in the center and not prepared to castle. And they overlooked the fact that there's going to be a check here, and also that the knight is a little vulnerable here. Like, the queen is the only thing defending it. So those combinations of factors, that a check is coming here on this diagonal, and you're going to need to block it with something that's not the queen, ideally, which is going to have to be the bishop. All of those factors are what led to this tactic here. But even in this position, like, okay, we're up a piece, though. It's not the end of the world. They played queen a5, which I thought was a good move, and I go knight c3. And the thing is here, their queen is undefended. So, like, the moment they did this in the game, I realized, like, okay, I might have some discovery type of tactics here. They need to be pretty careful. I went knight c3, and they just failed to recognize the discovered attack. So they did the right thing of going for my king and going for some potential tactics here, which is what you guys want to do if you just blundered a piece, or, you know, something is going wrong and you need to like really fight back. You should go for these types of moves, but you also have to not lose sight of tactics like this. So, you know, we all overlook things. I've blundered my queen. I can't remember if I have in the Road to 2000 series, but I have in the Brush Off the Dust series. So it happens to the best of us, and we got a quick victory. And let's go back and look at what black should have done instead in this critical moment here. So instead of bishop f5, my thought here, once I understood like the power of this check, was let's just go pawn to e6, because now we're defending this knight. There's no more, we're getting rid of like the weaknesses. Like in general, you guys want to try to get rid of these types of dependencies in your position where like the black queen was tied down to defending in the knight and it was the only defender. By the way, Daniel Naroditsky calls these type 2 undefended pieces. So a type 1 undefended piece is something that's just sitting out there ripe for the taking. A type 2 is one that's only defended by one piece. So it's kind of vulnerable. You know, if you can deflect the defending piece, if you can block it, then there could be an issue. And here is exactly that problem. So yeah, I would have just gone like e6 in this position, and it kind of shuts in your bishop, so you can't get as active of a position, but you're defending the knight. You're also preparing for this bishop to come out so you can castle more quickly. So again, you're getting rid of these types of checks and issues. The computer said the best move was kind of wild, queen c7, and it looks like you're leaving your knight hanging, and I was like, what is this? But actually then they would take with check here, and the position would be more or less equal, and you can block the check however you want here. So, or I guess, ooh, and they're going to take. Wow, this looks kind of dicey. Oh, I guess not. Yeah, then they get mated if you do this. So, all right, that I think that concludes today's game, because yeah, after this you get that. So that's it. So pretty quick game here. Our opponent resigned, and now we're 1828, the highest rating of the series yet. Again, still provisional kind of, because these games are being worth a lot more than they should perhaps. So we'll see if the trend continues. But if you guys enjoyed that game, make sure to drop a like, make sure you're subscribed, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks a lot.